Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, I'm Sébastien Dupuis. I'm a concert pianist and piano teacher living in Zurich. I'm here in the piano salon and I thought about starting a new format of videos, challenges. Because challenges are interesting, of course, because people want to see if you will manage. And on the way, you can learn a lot of stuff about how I'm doing it. And people ask of this question, how do you do this, how do you do that? So instead of answering the question this time, I will show. So I thought about learning a piece in a certain amount of time, and I will experiment with different formats, but I thought to start with learn a piece of Liszt, of course, and a piece that I don't know. So that's another thing. I need to be able to, because I learned a lot of pieces in my life on the conservatory late and anything, or I teached a lot of pieces. And if you teach on pieces, you start to know them a bit better, of course. There's a lot of stuff that I sight read. Actually, most of stuff I sight read, sometimes many times. So I start also to know better the piece. But let's say that's me with my knowledge now learning a piece. So I thought about Liebestraum number 3 of Liszt because it's a popular piece. Can I learn this piece in 1 hour? And I will go the whole hour. I will make some shortcuts, of course, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. See if I can play it after an hour by heart and how good I can do it with the notes there, if in case I have a memory problem. And I will share my learn process on the way, see what problem I get, how do I learn a piece in general, etc. So again, like it's with my experience as a pianist who has actually sight read a lot of pieces and teach on a lot of pieces. So of course, Liebestraum, I had students playing it. I know it from seeing the scores many times. I've sight read it myself maybe 3-4 times. And I totally know how the piece sounds also. That's a bit easier. And I'm very familiar with Liszt. So it's also easier once you know a composer very well to learn the next piece. But still, can I learn in 1 hour? Because it's tricky passages. Let's see. So let's go take the piece first. Oh, actually, I have no idea where it is in all these volumes. So what I have to do first is look in this edition where it is. So they have a lexic at the end of this book. So we have two series. We have the original works and transcriptions and stuff. And there I have Liebestraum, and it's in first series, original work, 15. I wonder why it's written, page 51 probably. So let's see this. 15 would be from the original works here. And then page 51, yeah, that looks correct. Does it? Okay, that's the Liebestraum. So there is the first one. There is the second one, who actually starts like a Klavierstück that I just recorded. And there you have the number 3, so that's the one I want to learn. So you can see it's exactly 3:15, so I will work until 4:15. Okay, first of all, you need to prepare something to write. You need to prepare a coffee or 10. And then what I always do is I go through the piece. I sight read it once, but I don't need to do this since I've done it many times already before. What I will do is directly, so memorize the tonality a bit. So we have 4 flats, C, and means we are in A flat major, and we finish in A flat major, probably yes. Right? So there is actually the poem before. I would read it and think a bit about the poem before I start to read it. But now I'm focusing on memorizing. So I always start to memorize directly. I play it, try to memorize it. I will go till there. That's like one section, and then try if I can play it by heart. that's the easiest part actually. The whole thing is left right, right? That's second part. So we'll go in bars, in chunks of 4 bars. So this is adding a harmony there. First time we had this, and now we have. So I have a difference here. The first time. Memorizing is mostly this. It's like trying to remember stuff. So the finger memory, trying to see the notes in your head, and then checking it over and over again until you know it's working. And the first bars are always easy because your memory is fresh, but then the more you accumulate memories, the more it gets difficult and you start to mix up stuff. But there is like there's 5 pages and stuff repeats, you have some cadences, and we change tonality here. So I will try to memorize to see if I can memorize this first page. That's something I very often do. I play a bit further because playing it makes me memorize it a bit also, and then I also sometimes start to practice stuff at the end or in the middle that I want to practice first because I'm motivated to do it like this cadenza. So that's again noticing patterns. We have 1, 2, 3, and then it starts again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So because I have a good finger memories. There's always twice, continue, twice, continue, twice. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then so about fingerings, normally you should write down fingerings. Something I learned in the school doing it, and I was doing it. And because I'm a bit lazy, I dropped this, but since I have a good memory, I memorize fingers very quickly. Now the downside of this is if I have to learn the piece again later and I forgot some fingerings, I will have to search again and maybe I will come with another fingerings and then I will start hesitating, and that's a bit dangerous. So yeah, I don't know. then I go for fingers that are mostly simple. So since I have like to move my hand every groups of two, I will choose the same fingering here. And then the left hand starts one later as. Also, the better you can improvise, and I'm not bad with improvising now, I cannot improvise pieces, but I remember we had improvising lessons in the conservatory, and I went to the first one and I was good, so I could skip the lessons. If you are good with improvising and you have an okay ear, or even a very good ear, I don't have an okay ear, I don't have a very good ear, you can find out how the rest of the piece is going by ear. A bit, right? So that's also helping for memorizing. So it's coming to what I say to my students: try to be good at everything: sight reading, reading notes separately, rhythm separately, improvising, ear training, learning a lot of pieces, etc. Because the more stuff you have, the better you're just able to get music out of your system. So quick word, I tried to lose some belly fat lately, and then I used an app for this, and I realized that having to put all my food, what I'm eating, and tracking it every day, having to do this process gives me more awareness of what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and helps me control my weight a bit more. So it's the same with practicing music. If you put your practice time, you enter it manually each time, you're just more aware of how much you practice. You're also aware of if you practice many hours but you don't get result, you have to be more efficient. So you can just see, okay, the hours are there, I'm practicing 5 hours a day, so it's not that I'm not practicing enough, it's just that I'm not efficient enough. So, and the fact that you track this practicing also motivates you. Seeing your test statistics, you can decide that you can think, okay, I should practice a bit more, should I practice a bit less. Also, people are not always aware how much they practice. They have an impression they're practicing that much or that little, and very often when I ask students, they are wrong, they are not accurate. I ask them how much you practice this week, and then they think, I think something like this, and when they watch the statistic, mostly it's either too high or too low. It's very difficult to estimate this if you don't track it, so that's why tracking it is important. And then of course the app has other stuff like reading notes, rhythm. You can record yourself, very important to record yourself, and you can share it with people inside the app very soon. There will be badges, there is leaderboard, there is a lot of stuff. There are tips every day, there are reminders, so to keep you motivated to practice if you forget some days or if you have less motivation. So check the description. Now it's for Android and iOS, and you can see on my link tree, you can see the website, and there you can download both. about this cadenza, I know there is a lot of fancy fingerings. And honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing right. I don't know which fingering I'm doing there. It's just coming spontaneously. I was thinking, how come? Maybe I was reading before, that's why. Maybe I was thinking with students about this, but what I think is because I did this list exercise, you know, first in different kind of fingerings, and this comes very often in lists. In ricordanza, there is the same kind of thing. I think because I studied a lot of this kind of stuff, it's coming naturally now. That's something that I noticed with chromatic scales and everything too, right? The more you practice these kind of things, the more natural they will come the next time. And then the left hand, I don't do the same because getting them symmetric will be too much of a headache. Now, if you have a good fingering and you learn it, it will work, that's no problem, even if it's a complex one. I tend to go always for simple solutions if they are possible, and here it's also possible to go fast. To also keep the regularity, I will do, since I do with the same fingers all along, I will have a regularity, and they just work fine together. I don't know why. Also there, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just noticed what I was doing by observing it. And this pattern of force. through the piece. I learned the first pages and the two cadences, and actually the rest I didn't really learn. But I have a good overview, so I'm still missing, I think, 1, 2, 3, well, yeah, 4 pages from the 5. I think I will get the second page. I don't think I will get the full thing. So I think it will take also like hours, because there's a limit of concentration. Actually, I just start to reach my limit now, because lately I'm not practicing a lot, so my limit is very low. If you practice a lot, your concentration gets higher, your memorization power gets higher, and the more you memorize stuff, the better you get with it. It's like a muscle. I'm not memorizing pieces a lot lately, one or two a year, which is really not much. I got better with memorization because of my experience and learning many pieces, but I got worse lately again because I'm not memorizing so much anymore. So I think on top of my condition, I could maybe learn it, maybe very limited in 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. Of course, if I split this hour in 4 days, if I do half an hour every day for 4 days, probably would be more efficient, and that's mostly how I do it. I never put myself a lot of pressure to learn pieces by heart. For example, I learned Un Sospiro lately, and I was doing like 1 hour here, then nothing for 2 days, half an hour there, and then sometimes nothing, and then 15 minutes just recapping, and like this I made some progress quite fast, and I could learn the piece in probably in the amount of hours all put together. It was not much, but then it took like 4 weeks distributing the hours like here and there. And then of course there is memorizing, but then there is playing, like, so perfecting the piece and getting it on a super high level, that's another thing that needs probably another many hours. So actually what I will do is I will use my app to track how much time I need really to practice this piece and get it on a recording level. I will have the total time here, and I will show you when I'm done practicing it. So now I will add the piece. Let me show you. There you can see, so I would just create list. There's list. Let's just Liebestraum, create piece. There you have it. I'll put it on top. Oh yeah, you cannot do this here. Okay, on the next update you can move it up. And so I actually did already half an hour here, so 30 minutes. Let's go to 30 minutes. Confirm, and then keep working an hour. And then as soon as I'm ready to record it, I will show how much time I really need to play this to learn these pieces. So by the way, my app is now Android. That's Android. That's a Pixel Google. It's on iOS 2. Yeah, you can download it. So this is like a first version. We are updating this to get it to the standard of iOS. I have 15 minutes left. I'm actually a bit bored already. I want to make a break. And I will not get it by heart completely. I will have an overview of everything, and stuff are clear. The structure is clear in my head now. And I know I will probably spend a lot of time doing the lazy work. It means playing it a lot until it gets by heart, which is less efficient, takes just more time. But my brain is just already tired, like I said before, because I'm not doing this so often, and I'm not so much able to actively see what I have to memorize. But I think I can play it through actually quite decently. Of course, it's because also I have decent sight reading that helps playing it. Yeah, well, so what I would typically do now, if I had to keep practicing without the camera, is I would go 4 bars by 4 bars and check it until it's fine. And if I get annoyed, I go to the next one and I come back to it later. And it's kind of a go and forward of checking stuff and then trying to get them together, and then having first page clean and then working the second page doing the same job. It's actually a quite straightforward job. Oh, you can see I'm tired. Wow, my God. It's incredible, like how this kind of stuff makes you tired. And then, yeah, no excuse that I had a glass of wine at lunch make me. So my time is up. 49 minutes, but I think I miscalculated the first 5 minutes. Yeah, well, I was talking. Yeah, I was talking. So let's see if I can play through now. Decently. And I notice, by the way, sometimes when I play, oh, I'm playing this by heart now, it's working. Not always working, and then some other places I thought, but I learned this, why I forgot this, and I'm still, there are places where at the beginning where I'm still hesitating and not really knowing. Yeah, there is both, and it's just a question of keeping practicing. So end result, I'm not unhappy with the final thing. No, it's not this very difficult pieces. There's not many pages, 5 pages. Not the Hammerklavier with I don't know 50 pages. It's not the transcription of lists with a lot of problems every measures. Most of stuff are sight readable for a professional pianist. The tricks, I remember on internet everyone is speaking about this tricky stuff. I didn't find this the most, actually I found this the most easy stuff to memorize because it's just a sequence. It's very clear sequence. These two, although I missed it, it's just a question of practice. And again, that's why I think insisting on exercise is good, because if you do a lot of exercise, your fingers are mostly able to play a lot of different stuff without a lot of preparation. The jumps I don't find a big thing either. I find this part with the left hand, where the left hand is kind of unpredictable arpeggios. It's not like triad arpeggios, it's a bit more complex chords sometimes, and it changes in the middle. So I find this one the most difficult things maybe, and that's just a question by memorizing slowly until it gets in your hand. And then I think the difficult part is really this one. Also just because it's a bit more left hand challenging, and this would be like practicing the left hand a bit alone. And this, by the way, looks very similar also to the Liszt Etude number 10. The middle passage also has this kind of left hand, so I already practiced this kind of stuff there. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned some stuff on the way. Let me know how you learn this piece, and if you are learning this piece, let me know also, by the way, if you have any questions or if you have any tips how I would go. Now come with please professional tips, not any tips. And yeah, and about my app, like it's also made to reading notes, improving reading notes, rhythm. It's also tracking your practice. You get badges if you practice longer. The badges are not there, but they are coming. So link is in the description and is in my bio. And if you want to download it, just do and use it, and let me know how you find it. So you can see my statistic now. I did like almost an hour. I have here a little bar with 1 hour, and I can see I'm number 9 in the, where am I? 9. Yeah, I'm number 9 in the leaderboard because I'm using the app very often to test it. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you next video. Bye bye.